One of our workouts, hey, in the fourth quarter when I have to, dig out that last little bit, hey, it's not as hard as what we went through in winter conditioning, things like that up in the weight room. We try to, substitute that. Hey, guys, I'll be thinking about that when you're working out. This winter, that Navy game was won in here, during that wintertime, things like that. Try to get them motivated and things like that so they do work hard. Hey, this is important, things like that.
Come on, T-Roy, come on. That's 6 right there, come on.
Mark Escobedo and Troy Prehar are inseparable in the weight room, and as a result, outside of it too.
What's it going to do good when you're out there on the field and say, hey, I can bench press 400 pounds when you're laying on your back because the guy just beat you? That's not important. And amongst us, we don't compete that way. We compete to work hard, but when we get on the field, in all seriousness, that's the important thing, is being able to knock somebody else down.
The way we lift is you go to failure, and that kind of gives you that mentality where you never quit and you can't give up because you're pushing it to the limit every time you come and take any individual rep up here in the weight room. So, I mean, you're pushing it to failure, and then that carries over into the football games where you never want to have that feeling of quitting no matter how far you're down or how far you're ahead. You always push it to the limit. Go, 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 go.
Everybody pretty much does the same program, same high-intensity programs, the whole entire body, neck all the way down, calves, hands, wrists, forearms. We work everything. We don't leave anything out.
It's not just the weights. The method of measure is important, too. A computer system helps monitor progress. But the most important thing in any weight room...
Troy, it's like working out with a rock star or something. He always gets going, and he wants the music up real loud.
This is our CD collection. We have about 150 CDs. We have everything from hard rock, that you're hearing right now, to, just classical rock, soft rock, rap, country, all kinds of things. I mean, anything you want, we have it up here, basically, for the guys to listen to.
I think of these guys getting up there on stage and, getting wild and crazy, and then I think about it when I'm lifting, and then I start
So you're just a frustrated rock star, that's all.
Basically, it's my second career. I figure once I get out of the Army, I'll be a rock star.
I like rap music and Spanish music, but they don't play too much Spanish music, so... Yeah, well, I'm kind of in the minority around here. Resist, there you go. My way. Be Air Force. What up? Be Navy.
Coach, what's the importance of the weight room, and explain to our viewers that it's just not a 4-month proceeding for these athletes?
No, the major part of our program actually starts when we call the off season. Immediately after the Navy game, we start a lifting program that continues right on through the beginning of spring practice. So there are about 3 months in there where they're lifting about 3 times a week. And, that's certainly the time that we see the greatest improvement in our strength, because that's the only thing we're doing. Then during the season, we have to have a program that basically maintains the strength that we have. And we try to get 2 lifts in a week, one on Monday and one on Thursday. Those are the days we're not in pads, and we feel we can do it fairly effectively there and not, put an athlete in a position where you're overworked and you got the risk of strained muscles or pulled muscles when you come out to practice. So it's a challenge, I think, to an athlete, particularly during the season, to maintain the strength. Here at West Point, that's even a greater challenge because of the academic rigors here, and sleep is a challenge at times. So we try to monitor their weight very closely. We chart their weight each week and see how they're doing, and if there's somebody that's having a substantial loss, we're going to try to correct that.
All right, thanks, Coach. When we come back, Coach Sutton takes us to school once again with Video Chalk Talk right after this.
So they go in balance wide right. Second man through is going to be Vaughn. Cuts in at the 1, down to the goal line. Touchdown, Army. Vaughn carries. Again, a misdirection play inside. Carries it. Army's out by 6.
In any option attack, it's important to have several styles of options. One of the ones that we enjoy running from this formation, our spread formation, where we have our halfbacks up in the slots, is what we call a counter trap option play. And there's two actions or 2 flows in that play which make it difficult on the defense. First of all, you'll see here Kevin Vaughn, our slot back here, is going to start back in motion, giving the defense the feeling that the play is going that way. Our fullback here is going to start to the other side also, giving him the appearance that the play is going that way as well. Our quarterback will then come out, and he's going to pivot and come down this way. Kevin actually will end up being the lead blocker, and this far slot here, Chad Davis, actually will end up being the trap blocker. Our far guard here will end up being a key blocker as he'll pull and lead the play around the corner. And that complements our base option because it gives the fullback one way, which starts our normal flow and the motion, and now we'll come back out the other side. And you can watch as the effect of this play and the motion and the counter has on the defense. Again, here's Mike Makovic faking away, reverse pivoting now. Defense is closed down, end boxes, and Mike makes a nice pitch right there. And we've got a soft corner because of the counter flow. Good block out here on the perimeter, and Chad Davis is going to run right up the hash here for a good gain. Anytime you can get to the perimeter like that, you're going to make a lot of yards and you're going to have a successful offensive attack.
Coach, how often do you run that counter trap option in a game?
Well, that's a play that adds, you know, the counter flow. When a team's keying heavily on the fullback, and certainly now this play can become a more important part of our offense because, you know, Achilles has been such a factor here early in the season. So when teams really start to squeeze down on us and everybody keys in from the linebackers to the free safety, then that play is going to be a play that we go to try to take the edge off the defense. We don't expect to fool them completely with the play, but just slow him down. So the next time he's carrying the ball on a straight option, they hesitate maybe just a step or so, and that usually will give us the amount of time or the amount of room we need to be successful there.
All right, thanks, Coach. Time now for our next segment. It is the Cellular One of Orange County Fanfare Question of the Week. Let's hear from this week's questioner.
Hey, my name is Mick Stevens. I'm from Ashford, Connecticut. And, Coach, my question to you is, on the Wishbone offense, what's the most important position?
Yeah.
Well, I think you'd have a lot of debate on what's the most important position. I'd say the debate would come down fullback or quarterback. And to be successful in the Wishbone, very honestly, I think you need both of those guys to be able to be major threats in your offense. When the fullback is a prime threat in the offense, I think he really adds a dimension to the whole offense. So I guess if you had to pick one, I'd say your fullback's the most important guy in the offense.
Yeah, a lot of people would think it'd be the quarterback, but you're right about the fullback.
It's hard, I mean, because it's hard to function without a quarterback, I think, in any offense. And I think in this one, you'd go back and forth, and, you know, based on who you had, who's the most important guy right now. You know, I think King certainly has made a great impact in our offense right now as a major threat. So, and I think that makes each play as we go down the line a more effective play.
All right, thanks, Coach. When we come back, a trip down memory lane. We're going to take a look at the 1958 Army football team, the last one to go undefeated at West Point, when we come back after this.
Here's Anderson's running option.